What is up, everybody? Yo, we got a lot to talk about. This episode had a lot going on. There was a lot of things moving. There's a lot of emotions are high. Episode 33. It doesn't matter where I put these because 33. But anyway, we're gonna dip right into the waters here. I do want to say I will never not care about Carlos Does Math. Those jokes will hit every time with me, and they are always the best. Anyway, we pick up with the knock at the door. Ambrose casts silence at the door, but he does like a ritual silence, so it takes 10 minutes. So he's just like, hold on, everybody. Somebody, this dark entity is talking at the door. He's just like, nah, silence. And he sets up some contraptions, and which makes sense that Ambrose has to build these things, and his ritual casting takes 10 minutes. So it takes him 10 minutes to build a device to cast silence, which I think that's funny. Adalia casts protection from good and evil. Evil and good, good and evil. Just not knowing what's on the other side of the door, if it's going to come out. The creepy voice that Carlos does a good job of wanting to make a deal. But our heroes have learned, stop making deals with entities without knowing the full story. Because last time they did that, they made a deal with a dragon. And that didn't go well. This creature made a deal with Roger and Zeus, apparently. A little fuzzy on that. And got trapped in this situation. I don't know. It wants to leave and go back to whatever it was going to do, but it's evil, so they're not going to let it out. They keep saying no, they're not going to open the door. Ambrose finally finished creating this silence bomb or whatever he does, but he basically seals the door back up like it was never there. Apparently Roger made Cornelius think he was dead. Maybe. But there's kind of like missing link there. Just need more information about that. Ambrose calls Ferric. Oh yeah. So Ferric says something about the use of the necrotic or decay crystal or something, and Ambrose calls Ferric Zeus. Now, immediately I was like, yeah, Ambrose is black. Because I don't know, it just had that feeling like, ain't that your friend Zeus over there? Just kind of, I don't know. But Ambrose calls Ferric Zeus, and Ferric immediately grabs him by the throat and slams him into the wall. But Miraz immediately pulls out a sword and puts it at Ferric's back. Like, haven't we been through this, people? Haven't we done this exact same thing? Miraz, what are you doing? Ferric, I kind of get it. You're an emotional being, but really, that's a little bit too far. It was a good scene. I really like this scene because it was a lot. Emotions are hot. Sometimes I really want to get in the head of Miraz. Like, why is he doing this? But anyway, Miraz pulls out the sword. Ferric is super mad. He leaves. Miraz says, good riddance. Like, what? Have you guys not just had life and death situations to, like, save each other and been through? I've had my timelines of this group mixed up. Apparently, they've only been together for, like, a week or two at this point. But Miraz, like, this man, like, okay, I got that he wanted to leave or whatever, blah, blah, but Miraz didn't know that. He was looking for an exit himself. It just bothered me, like, how Miraz was being played right there, just kind of like good riddance. Like, I guess you can always see Ferric as the hottest. He wasn't even, Miraz was the one who started the last. That was a little confusing there. I was just kind of like, Miraz, you're not even in this. Adalia goes after Ferric, because she's like the only sensible one who can like talk him down right now. A gnome arrives and he's the locksmith basically, and he starts setting up this arcane lock so this creature can't get out or somebody can't get in. Cornelius comes in and he tells them that they are welcome to stay for as long as the funeral is there. I'm guessing he still wants to kick them out. Not really sure. Ferric finds a really high place to climb up to and kind of be alone. Adalia finds him and tries to talk him down. Ferric feels bad for wanting to leave when they were fighting Zeus, but he didn't. He didn't. He stayed. He stayed for a while and he did a lot. So Adalia just kind of talks him through his emotions, his feelings. His feelings are valid. It's okay to feel your feelings. And then at the end, she ends up casting Fly on Ferric and herself. And they end up flying for like an hour. And seems like they had a good time. We go back to Pickles. She looks through the house. She finds Evangeline's room and starts looking through her stuff. She finds Evangeline's diary and starts to read through them. Ambrose goes and finds Pickles, and he walks in Evangeline's room, and he's like, come sit on the bed with me. And Ambrose is just, I don't know, I feel Big Brother vibe from Ambrose. Like, I really respect the Big Brother vibes and him talking to Pickles, and then Mirage shows up, and we find out that Evangeline was engaged to somebody named Brahm. They all talk and have like a little sweet moment, and they tell Ambrose that he needs to apologize to Ferric. Cornelius shows up and he kicks them out of Evangeline's room and tells them that the funeral will begin in about 30 minutes or so. All right. Mirage tells Ambrose and Pickles that he made a deal with the prince. And Ambrose immediately snaps and chokes Mirage. Now, this is where the chaos should have started. Mirage, you've been lying to these people. You saw what happened to Evangeline. Like, it's... You done fucked up. That's what you done did. But anyway, Pickles sees this unfold, and she immediately grabs Ambrose and throws him off of Mirage. Ambrose yells at Mirage because, like, it's stupid. Like, did you not see what happened to Evangeline? Did you not see her talking about the prince? And Mirage tries to like say he was trying to get Evangeline back, or he was trying to save Evangeline's soul, or whatever he was trying to do. Ambrose wasn't having it. He leaves. Pickles kind of talks to Ambrose, and she's just like, man, I'm so tired of my friends fighting. I'm so tired of like all this bad stuff. I just want to bury my friends that are dead and have my friends that are alive just kind of be nice to each other. And she's just like, it's like, and she kind of treats Mirage like a big sister in this point. And she's just like, it's okay, which she really is like big sister to Mirage, because she's like mean. She reminds me of my sister. My sister is so mean to me, but when stuff hits the fan, crap hits the fan, whenever we're going through an emotional moment, she's just like, it's all right, I got you. Like, we're gonna figure this out. It's gonna be okay. Blah, blah, blah. And that's what Pickles reminded me of in this moment. She just reminded me of a good big sister. Because she was comforting Mirage, telling him it was going to be okay. She didn't have like her very hostile voice, of course. She had like a very sweet, nurturing voice. So, all right, I'm going to stop bragging on Pickles now. Oh man, I hate when I scroll my notes and I can't lose my place. But she tells them that they're gonna figure it out. They're gonna figure this mess out. Good scene coming from Mirage. He did a really good scene of just being emotional. I cannot place Mirage's emotions though, because 1 minute he's up, 1 minute he's down, 1 minute he's doing something zany, 1 minute he's doing something like playful. It's just like, Mirage, what is your reasoning for these things? But he did have a really good emotional scene with Pickles. And Nathan, you did a really good job of driving that home. I did notice when Nathan can't Nathan can't convey emotions or act the emotions out, do like role play. He does like a very good descriptive of what Mirage does. So, and I will take that anyway, because like them acting it out or them describing it out is still like podcast level stuff. So I think he got to a certain point and he was just like, Mirage is gonna do this. So I did like that coming from him. We find out that Pickles can't touch anybody physically because they take necrotic damage when people try to touch her. So we don't know what that's about. Seriously, this is a thing, and I'm just wondering, like, does this have anything to do with the goo falling on Pickles and her being brought back to life? Or is it her being brought back to life and maybe somebody cursed her at that time? Like, what was Commander Busan doing? What was he doing? Did he curse Pickles when she got brought back to life? Was there some kind of, like, was it the dark entity that was at the, like, I still don't get it. I hope that we figure this out. Ambrose, we cut back to Ambrose. While he's leaving, he heads to his house, which he finds out been vandalized, kind of like Trader Busan, blah, blah, blah. He goes up into the house. He goes into his room. He finds a box, and he pulls out a nice crossbow. He finds a letter from his father, and it was pretty nice and sweet, kind of apologizing. It's like, hey, this is probably going to be the last time I get to talk to you for real. So, I'm sorry. Everything I've done has been to like bring our family back, blah, blah, blah. This is where writing a good backstory comes in hand. Which I don't know how they did it or what they did or what their backstory too much in detail is. But when your characters write a backstory, especially when their parents and family are still alive, it's kind of like, what do you want me to do with your dad? Or what do you want me to do with your mother? Like, are they assholes? Do you want me to play them as an asshole? Or do I have free reign? Can I be creative? Or do you kind of want to go down a path of that? Because some players want their parents to be like sweet and loving, and that's it. Don't touch them. Don't put them in the story. Don't do anything. Some people are like, hey, put my families in the story. You got free reign. Do whatever you want with them. I want them to be pivotal to my character arc. So do that. And I just wonder, like, did they have this conversation about their characters? Because that's important in like session 0. I wouldn't say session 0 for a podcast, but session 0 as just if you're playing D&D with your friends, it's kind of like, talk about that. Like, what do you expect from the people you've created? Because you created those people in your backstory. So that is a good thing to talk about. Ferric and Adalia get back and they do like a little sweet hug. Ferric gets ready for the funeral because he's supposed to be the funeral rites person, blah, blah, blah. Ferric and Ambrose meet each other as they start to walk off, and Ambrose apologizes to Ferric. Ambrose tells Ferric that Mirage made a deal with the prince, and Ferric kind of he acknowledges it, but I think he's just kind of like, we'll deal with that later. Can't believe all this is happening right before the funeral. Like, there should have been a funeral, and then everybody was like, well, let me tell you all my secrets. But I get like how the course of events happen. That's just me being like, hey, man, this is bad timing from everybody. But hey, wouldn't have makes good writing. It's one of my players. They always say, it makes good writing. Just like, okay, man. But yeah, so all this happens right before the funeral. And then the funeral starts up. Ferric performs the funeral rites. Everyone says their goodbyes to Evangeline and Christopher. And everybody just really has a good emotional scene. It's really heartbreaking if you're driving. But Katie, mute your mic. Oh my God. I get that this is about Evangeline at Evangeline's house. Christopher's there too, but like, you're crying over everything. You're crying over everything, Katie. But yeah, Katie, mute your mic. Anyway, Cornelius sings Evangeline off, then breaks down himself, and he starts crying. Everybody's crying. Everybody's crying at this point. And it is a very emotional scene from everybody. It's like, God, I think Carlos says, I'm sorry if you're driving. Like, I remember first listening to this scene, and I was like, oh my God, this I don't know if I was at the gym or at home cooking or whatever, but it was really an emotional scene. And that I have to give it to the cast that you can tell that everybody was in the moment. Everybody was feeling it. It was like some grade A responses because they were genuine. So good job from everybody. Amazing scene. Amazing coming from everybody. I can't praise you guys enough for this and what you guys do. Cordelia sings Evangeline off, and so glad that Carlos not scared to like show off those pipes every now and again. Then Cornelius breaks down. I think I said this already. Evangeline lights the pyres, and the episode ends. Whew! This was a good episode. A lot of stuff happened in this episode, and just within the group, within the players, there's a lot of like interaction happening and like character growth potential happening there. So I'm really liking that. We got the Adalia Ferrick thing. We got the Ambrose and Mirage things. We got the Pickles and Mirage thing. We got the Ambrose and Pickles thing. Yeah. So a lot of great scenes coming from everybody. We find out get this entity behind the door. We find out we get with the relationship between Adalia and Ferrick. And then we find out a little bit about Pickles and her condition. We still got to figure more out about that. Then Mirage finally coming clean about the prince. It just all around was a good scene. Mirage confuses me from time to time, but that's okay. I feel like it's all in like, I don't want to say good fun, but like, he's just a confused, like, I think because he's so young, he's just a confused individual thrown in a high stress situation. So, and I'm expecting more of like why he is the way he is. I'm pretty sure that's going to come up later. Yeah, this episode is very worthy of a 9 hit dice out of 10. One day when I start editing this, my goal is to have like numbers pop up and just do a D10 roll. I don't know if I can animate D10 roll, but who knows? Maybe I can get somebody to do it for me. But yeah, this episode is definitely 9 hit dice out of 10. Good job. Faye won't be back tomorrow, but she will be back Tuesday, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. If she calls out, go yell at her. But oh man, if she calls out, go yell at her. You have my permission. But yeah, hopefully she'll be back Tuesday. So we'll do a review. This is the last episode that Carlos is the DM, unfortunately. There is a new DM. I will save that for tomorrow's episode. But yeah, we're on episode 33. We're chugging right along. We're more than halfway caught up with Power Word Fail now. Whew, it has been a crazy ride. And I thank you guys so much for putting this out here. Carlos, you are loved, you're important, and you matter, my dude. You've gotten me through so much, and you're awesome. All right. Thanks for tuning in to Miles TV, guys. Bye.